we made sure to celebrate accordingly.
His parents celebrating too, a constant at his games. Fernando's devotion to his team inspired in large part by his own mother, who is always there in the stands in her wheelchair battling MS. His father by his mother's side, staying seated so they can cheer together. And it was after accepting the Heisman Trophy this season, Fernando saying his drive comes from watching his mother.
Mommy, this is your trophy as much as it is mine. You've always been my biggest fan. You're my light, you're my why, you're my biggest supporter. Together, you and I are rewriting what people think is possible. I love you.
With his words and his sportsmanship this week, Fernando already inspiring the next generation.
Thank you so much.
Tonight, Mendoza posting this message saying he's updating his LinkedIn.
My LinkedIn status is now open to work, and I am officially declaring for the 2026 NFL Draft.
Joking about it this morning, but saying he's ready.
Declaring for the draft, and I'm open to work on LinkedIn.
Yes.
So, I'm not sure how many NFL teams have their LinkedIn, account or profile updated, but hopefully they can search through my resume there. Well, if drafted by any team, I'd be so grateful, and I could only do this with the glory of God, and it would be a dream come true.
Good place to find a job. Glad he updated his LinkedIn. So we choose Fernando Mendoza, the Hoosiers, and his parents, always right there. I'll see you Monday. Good night.
David Muir, the most trusted anchor in America, the most watched anchor in America. Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir the #1 newscast in America.
Newswatch 16 at 7 is next.
The Pennsylvania Lottery.
Welcome to the Pennsylvania Lottery, live this evening, Friday, January 23rd, 2026. Thanks to tonight's witness, Chip Casher. The wild ball number is 2, and now pick 2. 3, 3. Select tonight's pick 3. 8, 4, 5. Now select the pick 4. 7965. Pennsylvania Lottery drawings are independently audited by Zellenkowski Axelrod. And next, pick 5. 86660. And now cash 5 with quick cash. The numbers are 18, 38, 2, 43, 22. And now, match 6. The numbers are 25, 42, 2, 1, 11, 20. Thanks for playing the Pennsylvania Lottery. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The bitter cold is already here. The winter storm is gathering. We have live team coverage of the weekend wallop. Travel plans this weekend. Airports across the state are bracing. See how. And need some warm thoughts for the weekend? Well, that's where Carrie Kearns comes in, showing us some of the fun events to take our minds off the weather. All coming up right now on Newswatch 16 at 7.
To serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Newswatch 16 at 7.
Good evening, I'm Scott Shea. All of northeastern and central Pennsylvania is under a weather impact alert for the winter storm that is headed our way this weekend. Meteorologist Jeremy Lewan is in our Severe Weather Center with more on what we can expect to see in the coming days. Jeremy.
Scott, we're tracking not just the bitter cold, but also, of course, the big snowstorm on the way for Sunday. I've got more details on it all. Let's start off with the extreme cold on the way for tonight into your day tomorrow. Weather impact alert in effect for Saturday as a result of the frigid temperatures getting down into single digits and well below zero. There is an extreme cold warning in effect for 2 of our counties, Carbon and Monroe counties, where the feels like temperature could exceed 25 degrees below zero. Everyone else expecting feels like temperatures -5 to -20 across the region. That's why the cold weather advisory has been issued by the National Weather Service. There are some of your potential morning lows tomorrow. -3 for Tobyhanna, 2 for Scranton, -2 in Dallas. And when you factor in the winds, it feels like 10 to 20, if not 25 degrees below zero. We have a winter storm warning in effect from the National Weather Service. That's, of course, why we issued the weather impact alert, extended through Sunday and Monday morning. Right now, we're clear overhead, but that will change. You can see the storm already starting to gather, as Scott said, over part of Texas, where there's a strip of ice now in northern Texas into Oklahoma. That system will slide towards the east, intensify off the coast, and then bring us our big swath of snowfall. So I'm going to leave you with this, and that's our snowfall totals. Anyone in central northeastern Pennsylvania will expect 4 to 14 inches. The further south and east you live, the less snow you'll get because there will be some mixing going on. I'll explain all the details of the snowstorm coming up in my full forecast.
All right, Jeremy, a lot to talk about. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Emergency services across the state are on standby for the storm. That includes the volunteer fire companies that serve some of the most rural parts of northeastern and central Pennsylvania, the areas that often get the most snow. Newswatch 16's Adi Iyer has that. He joins us live from Hamlin in Wayne County. Adi.
Thank you, Scott. Now, as we get closer and closer to that storm this weekend, a lot of folks in the area are preparing. They're getting the necessities. They're making sure that they have everything they need to survive this winter storm. But that also includes volunteer fire companies in the area that are making their own set of precautions. Now, we spoke to a lot of volunteer fire companies in the area, and they told us that they're making sure that they have everything they need to respond to fires and respond to any sort of calls that they need to during this winter storm. Some fire companies are putting chains on their trucks. Other fire companies are having rotating schedules to make sure that there's at least a crew on standby at the station no matter what the call could possibly be. And because of that, some firefighters are even going to have to stay at the station overnight, sleeping on the couches, sleeping in the trucks themselves. But thankfully, because of the timing of this storm, finding volunteers is not all that difficult for some volunteer fire companies.
Not too excited about it, but it's coming regardless if we want it to or not. Luckily, it's going to happen on a weekend, so our dedicated volunteers will have people here most of the weekend. This will help with the response time and things like that.
Different fire companies have different precautions, and we'll give you a little bit more on what different fire companies are doing on later editions of Newswatch 16. Adi Iyer, Newswatch 16, reporting live in Wayne County.
Adi, thank you. Lackawanna County shifting into prep mode ahead of the snow, making sure emergency response and people at home are ready before the snow falls. As Newswatch 16's Melissa Steininger shows us, county leaders aren't the only ones looking ahead.
As Sunday's storm moves closer, Lackawanna County's Emergency Management Agency is preparing for the largest snow totals it's seen in years. EMA Director Tom Taylor says the unpredictability of this storm is making it tricky.
We plan for the worst at all times. The only thing is it leaves a gap with what we might need.
Crews are already checking equipment, coordinating with local road departments, and preparing for possible power outages and dangerous conditions. They have their emergency operations center ready to respond if needed.
If we have to activate fully, we'll call in. There'll probably be about 20-30 people in here just doing all sorts of different jobs, like logistics, if people need salt, if people need backhoes to get rid of snow. If the power grid goes down, we're in constant contact with BP&L. We're in constant contact with the water company.
That same sense of urgency is playing out behind the counter at DePietro's Pharmacy in Dunmore.
Deliveries are definitely busier today in anticipation for the snow.
With travel expected to become dangerous, they're reminding patients to check that medicine cabinet early.
Look at their medications today and kind of see what they have, and if they do run out, they could definitely stop quick, or we could deliver it today, so they're good for the storm.
If the power fails, they say those with refrigerated medications can utilize the cold weather.
So it'll be cold enough to serve as a refrigerator. Hopefully the power doesn't go out, but yeah, I mean, not too long, maybe a garage or a cooler outside just so it doesn't freeze.
As EMA officials are providing another reminder for those facing power outages, as safety is a priority with this storm.
And please, if you do own a generator and you do lose power, make sure the generator that you're using is in a well-ventilated area, not in a closed garage in your house, because CO poisoning is a real threat. And that does happen during storms like this because people just don't think.
Melissa Steininger, Newswatch 16, Lackawanna County.
In preparation for the snow, crews will be deploying salt to the roads, but experts warn temperatures hanging in the teens throughout the weekend can make that prep work less effective.
It's going to be pretty cold. It just doesn't work as well. Yeah, it's not working like it should. But once you hit 20 degrees and higher, it'll work.
PennDOT expects to issue vehicle and speed restrictions depending on the snow conditions this weekend. Staffers at Harrisburg International Airport are already preparing for delays and cancellations. Reporter Tyler Poglich shows us why crews are urging travelers to plan ahead and be patient.
Behind the scenes at Harrisburg International Airport, crews have been spending days preparing ahead of the weekend storm.
Through our maintenance staff has gone through every vehicle we have. We've topped it off with fuel. We have de-icing chemicals here. We have salt delivery coming today. All the oil's been changed. Everything's set, ready to go. So now it's just kind of a waiting game. Let's see what happens.
Airport officials say the biggest variables are how quickly the snow falls and how long the storm lasts.
Now, if it's snowing 2 inches an hour, we may not be able to keep up with that. We're going to do everything we can to keep our crews safe while keeping the airport open so it's safe for airplanes to come and go.
For some travelers, that uncertainty is already shaping their decisions.
I was on the fence about risking it, looking at the weather, but as time went on and checking numerous sources, it seemed like we're going to be able, or I'm going to be able to get through Charlotte just in time to get back to the Keys tomorrow.
Others say they're doing everything they can to leave before conditions worsen.
It felt like if we don't get out today, tomorrow, especially Sunday, it's just going to be super challenging. And just everyone wanted to get home and safe and before the weather hits.
Several airlines have issued travel advisories for Harrisburg, allowing some passengers to rebook or cancel without penalties. Travelers are also urged to check road conditions, arrive early, and pack essentials in their carry-on in case of delays. For some, getting stuck could mean more than just a missed flight.
You have an 8-week-old puppy with you. That's a whole nother ball game. I mean, if I get stuck in Charlotte, I get stuck in Charlotte, and I'll just have to wait until a flight becomes available.
The airport says the terminal will remain open even if flights are canceled, but nearby hotels may fill up quickly as both travelers and airport staff book rooms ahead of the storm. Tyler Poglich, Newswatch 16.
Stay up to date on the Storm Tracker 16 forecast anytime, anywhere. Just text the word weather to 570-826-1616. And if you want to keep your eye on the winter storm, check out our 24/7 live radar streaming on WNEP+. Just download the app on your TV. You can watch it for free. Pennsylvania's Emergency Management Agency recommends avoiding unnecessary travel. Restrictions regarding commercial vehicles will go into effect early Sunday morning on all interstates. Crews from PennDOT and the PI Turnpike will work around the clock to treat and clear roads as conditions allow.
While no two storms are alike, we approach every winter storm with the same amount of concern for the safety of the residents of the Commonwealth and do everything in our power to minimize disruptions and provide assistance when and where needed in the most expedient manner.
According to PennDOT, there were more than 8,000 crashes on snowy, slushy, or ice-covered roadways last year. Courtroom developments in the Luigi Mangione case. A police officer from Pennsylvania called to the stand in New York. See why coming up on Newswatch 16 at 7. Plus, the city of brotherly love showing no love to the White House. See why Philadelphia is suing the Trump administration. Still ahead.
Heart disease is a growing concern worldwide. If one or more close relatives have experienced these conditions, your risk increases. While genetics play a role, life choices, early detection, and proactive management can reduce your chances of developing it. Managing your blood pressure and cholesterol, adopting a heart-healthy diet, and exercising regularly are just some of the preventive steps you can take.
The Health Watch 16 Report. Weekdays on Newswatch 16 at 5.
Jen loved her Gain flings. Then Brad showed up with Gain rinse and beads. When they mixed their scents, they discovered they were scent mates. Smells like it's gonna last. Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
When you don't use Bounce, dryer heat can be a real monster. It turns clothes into static magnets for your hair. Use Bounce to stop it.
Uh-oh.
If you want static-resistant clothes.
Hi, I'm Chief Meteorologist Kurt Aaron. We're declaring weather impact alerts for Saturday because of Arctic air, frigid temps, and Sunday due to a significant possible winter storm.
The finest luxury fragrances are now exclusively available at your local store. Unstoppable's Unlimited collection makes everything smell magnifique. Luxury laundry scent beads so you can smell unstoppable.
Stop by Hoover Tractor for the love of dirt deals. Save big on the Coyote TL750. Stop in and ask about financing or cashback on select models. Visit us in Mifflinburg today or at hoovertractor.com.
Imagine if Fresh Sheet Day could become Fresh Sheet Week. With Downy April Fresh, you can climb into more freshness, night after night for up to 7 days. Downy breathes life into your laundry.
Accused killer Luigi Mangione in court today. The judge set 2 possible dates for his federal trial, depending on whether Mangione will face the death penalty. During the hearing, a police officer from Altoona testified. At issue, whether Mangione's backpack was seized and searched lawfully. The judge wants to hear the police department's procedures for securing, safeguarding, and inventorying personal property. Mangione has pleaded not guilty to state and federal charges after being arrested for allegedly fatally shooting United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in December of 2024. Potentially major snowfall lining up for our weekend. Right now, it's the calm before the storm. Meteorologist Jeremy Lewan is out in the backyard to give us the rundown of what we can expect. That's up next on Newswatch 16 at 7.
Huddle up for Nittany Game Week.
Every week, coaches Jay Paterno and Tom Bradley join host Todd Sadowski for expert analysis and exclusive interviews with the Blue and White. Get a sideline seat for the plays and players that will make the difference on game day. Nittany Game Week, Saturday at 11:30 on WNEP. And streaming on WNEP Plus. Sponsored by your local Hyundai dealers.
From the company you've trusted to fix your roof, Shingle Me in Hamlin, comes a new home repair savior. We call it Fix Me Now. Home repair pros who are ready right now to help take care of all those small jobs around your house.
We can handle anything from replacing your front door to patching a hole in a wall.
Fix Me Now is your place to turn for the small home repairs you don't have the time, patience, or skills to handle.
Really, just about anything.
Check us out at fixmenow.com.
The perfect snack box isn't one thing, it's everything. So customize your box. Sweet and salty your box. Double chocolate your box. Protein pack your box. Smoothie night perfect your box. Gummy bear overload your box. Think you ordered too much but you didn't your box. Your snacks, your rules. Endless options, zero compromises. However you snack, build your own incredible snack box at nuts.com and get 20% off plus free shipping.
You love a clean plate, almost as much as we do. For 70 years, Cascade has left no mess, no residue, no worries. Cascade, leaving nothing behind since 1955.
Now, Newswatch 16 this morning is on whenever you're up because we extended our live coverage. You can watch us from 7 to 9 on WNEP Plus. Stream Newswatch 16 this morning for an additional 2 hours from 7 to 9 on WNEP Plus. Thanks for watching, Honesdale. We're proud to serve.
It's a real 1-2 punch we have coming at us this weekend, Jeremy.
We've got the first punch in right now, right in the jaw, and that's the cold air. And the second punch comes in on Sunday with the snowfall. And because the cold air is in place, snowfall will easily rack up into the 8 to 12-inch range. But there are some signs that there could be a little bit less than models were originally predicting. Now, yesterday we were looking at models, we were looking at data, and it looked like there could be over 20 inches of snow in a vast majority of our spots in northeastern Pennsylvania. Now it looks a little bit less likely that we'd hit that 20-inch mark, but more likely that most of us would get about a foot. And that's why we waited until this morning to give you totals so that they would be more accurate as we got more accurate data in. Now, the first punch, of course, Scott just talked about it, is the cold air, and that's why we have the weather impact in effect through Saturday. Frigid temperatures in place. You've got to bundle up. Frostbite can set in just 10 to 20 minutes with the temperatures we're expecting. There's an extreme cold warning in effect for Carbon and Monroe counties. The rest of the region under a cold weather advisory from the National Weather Service. We're down compared to 24 hours ago from 15 to 25 degrees. So we're already noticing the fingerprints of this cold air. Look at north and west. Cherry Springs State Park, this is not a feels like temperature, folks. That is the actual temperature right now on the thermometer in Potter County. -3. We're at 3 in Wellsboro, 0 in Mansfield, 7 in Lopez. Temperature right now in Scranton in the teens. Same for Bear Creek Township. We're at 17 in Selinsgrove and Elysburg. And when you factor in the winds, it's feeling like -11 right now in Wellsboro, feeling like -3 here in Scranton. Same for Storuca, feeling like -8 in Mount Pocono. We had gusts today up to 40 miles per hour in Mount Pocono, up to 43 in Williamsport, up to 39 here in Scranton, and winds are still sustained, and that's why we have such a stark wind chill difference compared to the thermometer reading, because winds are sustained right now at 20 miles per hour in Scranton and at 21 in Mount Pocono, making it feel all the more cold. Tonight we'll get down into the single digits, likely hitting 2 degrees here in Scranton, and highs tomorrow will struggle to break 15 degrees here in Scranton. Temperatures further north might stay in the single digits all day. For spots in the Susquehanna Valley, temperatures in the teens. Similar story for your Sunday. Will be in the teens all day. Warmest temperature I see on the map is 20 degrees down in parts of the valley cities and down through the Poconos. We could possibly see 22 in Palmerton and southern Carbon County, but that's about as warm as it's going to get this weekend. Feels like temperatures will be extending down into -20, -25 degree territory in Wayne and parts of the Poconos. The rest of us feeling like below zero pretty much all day on your Saturday. So make sure you take this type of cold seriously and drip your faucets to make sure your pipes don't freeze. And if you're heating your homes using a generator or maybe a space heater, use those safely too. It's always important to remember that. There's a live view at Blue Mountain in Carbon County. Cold temperatures aren't keeping folks off the slopes. Current temperature right now, again, 14 degrees. Feeling like -3 here in the backyard with those northwest winds at 20 miles per hour. There is a winter storm warning in effect for the entirety of Pennsylvania, extending up and down the eastern seaboard as we track the winter storm in development right now. Now, right now we just have clear skies. That will change soon, folks. We'll start off tomorrow sunny, but then we see the clouds in on the way, and by Sunday we're going to be dealing with snowfall all day. Here's the low pressure system. It's currently taking shape in parts of northern Texas. We have some icing right now over North Texas into Oklahoma, and this system will slide to the east and then right up the eastern seaboard, intensify and bring us our big snowstorm. We have weather impact alert in effect for Sunday through Monday morning. Significant snowfall. We will have to shovel and plow it. And again, most of our cities expecting between 8 and 12 inches, if not more, in northeastern Pennsylvania. So the low is going to track down towards the south. Most of the moisture going to remain to our south tomorrow, and the snow doesn't start until Sunday morning. But the latest model runs indicating a faster moving system. So the low develops off the coast and it sweeps across the state Sunday. By Monday morning, we're pretty much wrapped up with the snow. There also looks like there could be some dry slots, meaning that it's not going to be snow constantly every single hour on Sunday. There could be some breaks in the snow. So tomorrow, waking up to sunshine, it will be very cold out there. Clouds filling in throughout the afternoon. Snow showers starting around 4 a.m. on Sunday, continuing throughout the day. But look at the picture possible around 4 o'clock. Some lighter snow showers in between the heavier bands and possibly in the evening hours. There was a break there. Looks like it could end up finishing up before midnight on Sunday. Here are your snowfall totals. There will be some mixing down further towards the south for spots south of the Poconos. Even in parts of the southern Poconos could see some of that mixing of sleet, and that will tamper totals. There's your 7-day forecast, but most of us going to expect 8 to 12 inches. There's your 7-day forecast again. 14, 16 are your highs for Saturday and Sunday. The weather impact alert extends through Monday morning because we'll still be cleaning up, and Scott, temperatures will be cold through next week with feels likes in the single digits and teens pretty much every single day.
Well, that gives us something to look forward to now, doesn't it?
As long as we have the proper attire, we can handle it.
You're an optimistic fella, Jeremy. I like that.
Yep.
Thanks. The city of brotherly love may not be gearing up for a battle on the football field this weekend, but it is gearing up for a battle in court. Why some historic sites are at the center of a lawsuit. That's next on Newswatch 16 at 7.
Ready for a new Kia without the hassle? Then visit Matthews Kia of Blakely. No pressure, no surprises, just a transparent buying experience. This month, get 0% APR for up to 48 months with no payment for 90 days on all 2025 Kia Telluride trims. Or lease the 2025 Kia K4 LXS for only $359 per month for 36 months with $359 due at signing. Lease selling price $23,869. Visit Matthews Kia of Blakely.
With the Bathfitter PermaFit solution, we measure with laser precision and custom manufacture your bath or shower so it fits perfectly over your old one. We install in a day with no demo or mess. For over 40 years, Bathfitter has been creating durable baths and showers with seamless watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. It's a smart, custom-made, cost-effective solution, and it's guaranteed for life. Renovation, meet innovation. Go to bathfitter.com. It just fits.
You've put up with your old shower for too long. It's outdated, unsafe, and it's time to replace it. But why struggle with a lengthy shower remodel when Jacuzzi can do it in just one day? And there's no need to break a sweat or your budget.
Right now, we're waiving all installation costs, plus offering 0 interest and 0 payments for up to 1 year.
So you can finally convert your old bath to a safer, easy entry shower, complete with a custom seat, grab bars, and slip-resistant floor installed in 1 day.
My overall experience with Jacuzzi has been wonderful. Everything was customized to the way I wanted it for the price that I wanted to pay.
I've had a great experience from start to finish.
Don't take matters into your own hands. Do it the smart way. Give Jacuzzi Bath Remodel a call.
There are only weeks remaining during our limited time offer. We're waiving all installation costs and offering no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-261-6204.
Newswatch 16 is sponsored by Guthrie Tunkhannock, where your heart health is our priority. That's why we're bringing our expert cardiology care closer to you with our convenient virtual services.
The city of Philadelphia is suing the Trump administration. This comes after displays relating to slavery were removed from historic sites in the city due to an executive order the president made last fall. The order called for removing ideological indoctrination or divisive narratives, unquote. The lawsuit alleges removing displays about slavery from the city's historic President's House materially alters the site. The house is where former President George Washington lived, and the signs removed honored the people he enslaved. Well, if the snow doesn't ruin all the fun, there are some events happening this weekend that you won't want to miss. Carrie Kearns has our rundown next at 7.
Looks like Jack just realized some people mix and match their gain scents. So he gave it a shot too. Is he the laundromat cool dude now? Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
I spent my entire career fighting for victims. And whether it's victims of a truck or car accident, or medical malpractice, or tragically victims of sexual assault, my focus has always been to get our clients and their families answers. It's a responsibility that I take very seriously, and I fight every single day making sure our clients get justice.
Imagine if Fresh Sheet Day could become Fresh Sheet Week. With Downy April Fresh, you can climb into more freshness, night after night for up to 7 days. Downy breathes life into your laundry.
Good news. Frontier is joining Verizon, bringing wildly fast fiber internet together with America's best 5G network. More ways to connect on the go.
Stay with me now. Nice, nice.
At home.
Play me now. Ah!
And at work.
Get on now!
With incredible speeds, reliability, and big savings.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Frontier and Verizon. Better together.
When you don't use Bounce, dryer heat can be a real monster. It turns clothes into static magnets for your hair. Use Bounce to stop it.
Uh-oh.
If you want static-resistant clothes...
Country music fans, don't miss this. Maddie and Tay bring their Love and Light tour to the Sherman Theater on February 28th. Get ready for chart-topping hits and an unforgettable night of country music. Buy tickets now at ShermanTheater.com or call 570-420-2808.
Now, Newswatch 16 This Morning is on whenever you're up. Stream Newswatch 16 This Morning for an additional 2 hours from 7 to 9 on WNEP+.
If the snow doesn't have us all packed up inside, there are events going on this weekend that bring some pre-storm excitement. There are events in the Poconos and Scranton you might not want to miss. Newswatch 16's Carrie Kern shows us what's on tap.
Get your brew on at the Pocono Winter Beer Fest. It's happening this Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sherman Theater in Stroudsburg. Over 100 craft beers, lagers, stouts, IPAs, you name it. Grab your crew and let's get tasting. Feeling extra wild? Head to Scranton for Winter Wine Under the Waves at the Electric City Aquarium on Saturday night. Wine, live music, and you're sipping next to sharks, stingrays, and tropical wildlife. Oh, and they've partnered with Bar Tari for arcade games. Every game you play, 100% of the proceeds go to wildlife conservation. Save the planet while you sip. Tickets are $50 day of event. And while you're in Scranton, swing by the Knox Mine Disaster Commemoration at the Anthracite Heritage Museum on Saturday. Get your history fix with top-notch speakers, a virtual tour, and the final weekend of Scott Herring's Hard Coal Chronicles photography show. This one's got the grit to keep you hooked. Sharks, sips, and so much more. This is how we do winter. Carrie Kearns, Newswatch 16.
That does it for Newswatch 16 at 7 for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Inside Editions next. You can find our new exclusive streaming show, Newswatch 16 at 7:30, over on WNEP+. Download the app, watch for free. We will see you later at 10 and 11.
Continue with us on WNEP+. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Know someone on Medicaid who's also eligible for Medicare? A Geisinger Gold Medicare Advantage Secure RX plan could offer more health care benefits at no extra cost, like $4,500 a year for dental care, $150 a month for over-the-counter items, $580 a year for glasses and contacts, and $2,950 per year toward hearing aids. See what you or a loved one qualify for with a free Geisinger Medicare checkup. Geisinger Medicare Advantage is rated best overall in Pennsylvania by U.S. News & World Report, with experienced licensed Medicare advisors committed to your health needs, and access to a network of more than 30,000 doctors and specialists across Pennsylvania. Get connected to more benefits and savings at no extra cost. Call to request your free Medicare checkup from Geisinger today.
Now, Newswatch 16 This Morning is on whenever you're up because we extended our live coverage. You can watch us from 4:30 to 7 every morning right here on Newswatch 16, plus an additional 2 hours from 7 to 9 on WNEP+. The latest local headlines.
A developing story out of Dunmore.
Weather impact alerts.
There's your first shower thunderstorm.
All the local news you need, exactly when you need it.
Nice day.
Stream Newswatch 16 This Morning for an additional 2 hours from 7 to 9 on WNEP+. Thanks for watching, Jessup. We're proud to serve.
State of emergency. The dire warning.